Hello, hello, hello. So now we are going to talk about this month's mantra practice. This month we are working with Om Vasudhare Svaha. Om, the sound of the universe. Om is all-encompassing, the essence of ultimate reality, and it unifies everything in the universe. Vasudhara is the sacred earth goddess, the golden Terra, whose name means stream of gems, stream of treasure, bearer of treasure. So we use the mantra Om Vasudhare Svaha to really align with that vibration. Svaha is a concluding phrase, meaning roughly well said. So Vasudhara, whose name means stream of gems in Sanskrit, is the Buddhist goddess, bodhisattva of wealth, prosperity, and abundance. She is also known as Golden Terra or Yellow Terra, and Vasudhara is the embodiment of the divine female, an earth goddess, also known as the bearer of treasure. Doesn't that sound amazing? Many believe that anyone who chants Om Vasudhare Svaha 108 times between sunrise and sunset will be blessed with prosperity. This mantra is often referred to as the Buddhist money mantra. It is a prayer to the earth goddess Vasudhara, the bearer of treasures, the giver of abundance, the bestower of prosperity. This goddess originated in Indian Buddhism and was later transmitted to Tibet. In India, Vasudhara is compared to Lakshmi, the Hindu goddess of wealth, fortune, and abundance. Vasudhara's heart is filled with compassion and loving kindness towards all beings. She is the embodiment of boundless generosity. And according to Buddhist tradition, she is able to materialize wealth for anyone who chants her mantra and performs the rituals that invoke her as a goddess. So the purpose of this mantra is also to remove obstacles to your practice, such as poverty, which might prevent you from dedicating the time for practice. The idea or theory is that if we can't afford to take time off for our inner work, or we're so worried about bills, commitments that we put off our daily practice, we find practice a space of blockage rather than a space to sink into spaciousness that the practice provides. And it is truly in the spaciousness that we are able to allow all of our desires. So do you guys see the problem here? So Vasudhara is here to support us. Another theory is that if we're so poor, we have nothing to give to others, how can we practice generosity? So if we can't even help ourselves, how can we so selflessly help another? So how about that for a rearrange? It is of the highest service for me to be wealthy, for you to be wealthy. As one of my faves, Amanda Francis says, it is of high service for you to be rich as fuck, to be oh so abundant, to exist in a constant state of overflow. So who is with me on that one? I thought this would be a good one to start our year off with. Now, when I first learned this mantra, it was brought to me with absolutely zero mention of money. I was taught this mantra by my mentor, and when she guided me in my first round of this mantra, she expressed its meaning as this: we are all sacred children of God, little ones of the Lord, extensions of the light, of Source, and we are all worthy and deserving. We are divine, and thus we get to live in alignment, enjoying our existence in all ways, for Source desires us to live fully, freely, and supports us always. This is what has transformed into the money mantra. For if we are to truly see ourselves as children of God or source or vibration, that which you believe in, then we can easily recognize our natural state as abundant. For source is ultimate abundance. And if we contain source, we contain ultimate abundance. As you work with the mantra, considering both directions, both invocations, both avenues of understanding and integration, you are a child of Source. You are Source. You carry a part, a piece of Source, and thus you are inherently worthy of abundance in all ways, in all spaces, in all forms. What you desire desires you. Otherwise, you wouldn't desire it. So I want to cover a few of the basics about working with mantra. We say, speak, sing, chant our mantra 108 times. The number 108 refers to spiritual completion. It is why japa malas are composed of 108 beads, why pranayama is often completed in cycles of 108, and why sun salutations are often performed in 9 rounds of 12 postures, totaling the 108. In Ayurveda, we have 108 marma points, vital points of life force in the body. So this is why all mantras are chanted 108 times, because each chant represents a journey from our material self towards our highest spiritual self. Each chant is believed to bring you 1 unit closer to the God within. So you can work with a mala necklace, or you can just close your eyes and sink in with me. I will keep the pace and keep track of where we are. I will also start to slow down as we get towards the end and go the absolute slowest on the last chant so that you guys know where we are in the progression. If you also ever desire a custom mala, I do custom creations for clients. We can select your beads and I can infuse a specific intention into your mala. I actually made a mala necklace for my birth. During my mother blessing, I put beautiful sacred moonstone beads into separate bags for each of the sacred women that attended my mother blessing. I had them hold them and set intention for my labor. And then I weaved them together into a mala and actually wore that mala during my labor, carrying the vibrational potency, the belief, the intentions that my most important women had for me. It helped with labor so much. So if anyone is interested in a custom mala, let's chat. Working with mantra is often done in sacred number sets. So consider what feels aligned for you. Here are the few frequently used ones. 3 times in one day, 3, 6, or 9 times in a day, or 3, 6, or 9 days of the progression, 7 days, 21 days. And this is most often taught in 40 days. So throughout the centuries, yogis have used 40-day meditation or mantra practice to bring self-discipline to their own life. They would practice it for 40 continuous days in order to receive its full benefits. It is also said that after 40 days of continuous progression, working with a single mantra, that you can download the full potency of the mantra into the mind, body, soul. And it connects you with everyone who has ever done the same. Try it. It is a true experience on the 40th day. Y'all could also do this mantra every day for the month that we are in our deep water sacred practice. I'd love to hear from you guys about what is calling to you. If it's easy to do for the entire month or for the 40 days, or if you fall off, I'd love to have us join in sacred conversation about this. And as always, I recommend that you don't pressure yourself. Discipline is a grand practice, but we don't want to stress or pressure ourselves. Our practice is for expanse and elevation, not to shame and burden ourselves. You can find 2 downloadable options for you to work with this mantra. The first is a video for you to learn and join in with me to get a visual as well as the auditory understanding of the full mantra practice. And this includes a lot of explanation. Then there is also an audio meditation that is just the mantra practice that you could put on your phone or on your computer so that you can practice with me regularly. Consider the sacred time frame that feels aligned for you. There are often times I do a consistent practice for the whole month or 21 days or 40 days, and other times that I just jump to specific mantras in the moment for their purpose and aligned vibration and to create spaciousness when I feel a little out of whack. Make this your own, feel into it, and follow your intuition.